What's up, everyone? It's Blake with Y2K. It's been a while since I made a video, and I've got some different cars than the last time. And for some of you that have been tuning in for a while, you'll notice that I have a different house too, with a lot more room for future activities. So anyways, I just want to take you on a brief tour of the cars and give you an update on everything. Okay. First car on the tour is the 92 Diablo. I've had this since 2019, and for those of you that have been watching that long, you definitely know this is kind of the car that I launched the channel with. It recently received a full restoration from George Evans Automotive in Ohio. It had low compression on one of the cylinders, so we had to rebuild the entire engine, amongst some other things. I'll go more in depth, maybe another video about the costs associated with that. Not something you do every day. I'll put a few pictures up, maybe in this video, and kind of overlay them. But the car is doing great. We just changed a couple oxygen sensors, and it needs a couple odds and ends. Maybe I'll save that for another video too. We can talk about all the little things that these cars need. This is new. This is the 94 Ferrari 348 Spider. It's in Giallo, which is my favorite color on a 348. It's got about 30,000 miles on it. And I found this car in Alabama. It was a pilot that owned it. And I actually bought it for a dealership I work with called LBI Limited, but I ended up babysitting it, and then of course I bought it. I've always wanted a 348. I had a Speciale for a little bit that I ended up selling, and wanted to get another one. So I've got a yellow 348 actually in my office next to a Diablo SE30 Yoda in purple, and I wanted to finally make this dream come true. So here they are. And just so you know, the Diablo's got almost about 20,000 miles on it now, so I'm still breaking in the engine. Here we've got the good old M3, 2011, about 82,000 miles on it now, which is a good amount. This is my daily driver for a while. Akrapovic exhaust. It's got the Fox red interior, which isn't too red. 6-speed manual. I got the M steering wheel, the suede Alcantara one. It's just been a great car. It's got an ESS 625 supercharger on it. A little dinged up on the engine bay. I just drive it. I'm not trying to keep it perfect, but I might eventually kind of brighten some things up in here. I do have a nitrous kit that's like a 50 shot that I haven't used in several years. But my buddy had a new Viper, and I thought maybe I had a chance to beat it with the nitrous, and I did it. So that is what happens. But either way, it makes for a good story. Got Volk wheels on it, I think they're called Z30, Z40, something like that. It's been a while since I've had to remember that. Some PS4S tires, some little painted bits from IND. The hood definitely needs to be repainted, tons of rock chips. But like I said, this car's been driven a lot. It does have the carbon. It's the Vorsteiner trunk on it. It's probably one of my favorite cars of all time. The only V8 M3 ever made. Moving on, this is a 1984 928S. I've always wanted a 928, and I love the color on this. It's like a pinkish gold. Depending on the light, it looks a bunch of different colors. As you can see right now, it's changing in front of us. It's got some leaks, so you got to go on Amazon and buy some leak mats for it. But 82,000 miles, all original, no cracking on the dash. It's got some scuffs, some cracking on the bumper back here. But it's a really good car. It's automatic, which I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really want, but I knew the guy that was selling this. He's an older guy, and he sold it to somebody else. And didn't buy it then, but I ended up buying it from the person that bought it from him. And it's just a clean one, so I figured I'd pick it up. It's actually great for just being a cruiser, you know. But the interior really sold me on this thing, honestly. It's brown on brown, you know, which you just can't go wrong with. And it's got that nice clunk. And everything works because it's German. And that is how it goes. It's not Italian. It's got some leaks and stuff I need to fix, but overall a good car. This is the 93 Delica. Drive this a lot. Put like 12,000 miles on it, maybe more. We just did the timing belt on it. Diesel fuel pump injection rebuild. And I really love this van. It's the, out of all the cars, besides the daily driver, it gets driven the most. It's great for dogs, and stick shift, which makes it a lot more fun to drive. Little turbo diesel, like 100 horsepower. And this is a Pajero chassis, which these cars actually, I think the Pajero either won the Dakar or it just did pretty well in it. So that's interesting to know. It's got a broken, I guess you call that like a gyro kind of thing right there. It used to work, but it broke. I think it's just got hot from being in the heat. But this car's only got 81,000 kilometers on it. So it's actually not bad. In the back has room for lots of activities. These seats right here can actually come the other way, and you can face each other, or you can lay them all the way down. It's a high roof, so it's good for camping if I ever want to do that. Probably never will, but nice to know. Got all the windows tinted, so it's got so much glass. It's much cooler in here now. When you're in Florida, you need all the heat protection possible. And this is a new one, newer one. Got this beginning of the year. They phased out the Land Cruiser, as everybody knows, and I wanted the Heritage one with the gold BBS wheels. I'm a huge fan of gold wheels, so, and I like that they deleted like the running boards and not the roof rack, but the running boards and some other stuff, just to kind of, it was the chrome cladding, that's what it was. They deleted that, just made it a little more rugged looking. This is a 2-row, not a 3, so just more traditional Land Cruiser. Of course, the last V8 Land Cruiser they're ever going to make, I believe, because the new rest of the world Land Cruiser is now a 6-cylinder turbo. So it's bone stock, got about 19,000 miles on it. Drove it all the way from Florida to Montana. And these are cars you can keep for 30 years and just never have to do anything to them, which is great. And it has that kind of bank vault feeling. It does have some kind of orange stitching and stuff in here, right here, that kind of sets it apart. It's not crazy changes from the standard one, but it's a little more special. I think they made 2,400 of them in 20 and 21. I got this with 5,000 miles on it. But I think it's the perfect kind of newer car to pair with everything else. My wife's X5M isn't here. She's got a 2012 X5M with like 100,000 miles on it that we have driven everywhere. Still trucking, so. But yeah, that's the full tour. A lot has changed. I think I'm pretty much out of room. I hope to do a 2-car garage right over here, and then get some stackers. And then we should be able to put 8 cars in the garage. And then maybe I'll get a DeLorean, because I've always just wanted that. And that would be a good little final addition. But of course, everything is subject to change. Okay, that is the grand tour of the cars for now. It felt good to make a video again, I'm not gonna lie. It has been a long time. So thanks for those of you who decide to watch today. and have a happy new year. And maybe I'll make a couple more videos before everything gets fired up again with work. All right. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.